So you can use your book as a business card. Books have worked better than any brochure, any business card that I have ever used. And the main reason why is because it showcases expertise. It shows that you are quality, you are who you say you are, and it gives a great representation of what your company and your brand can do. So what I will say is that you should always have a strategy for publishing a book. Every time I sit down with someone and we talk about that book, we approach it like a business plan. And I say, what do you want this book to do for you? And people often say, well, I wanted to help people and I wanted to, okay, I got that. But what do you want this book to do? What is the assignment of this book? Because if you are not able to profit off of what you do, you will be less likely to do it again. Okay, so there is a certain way that I have published. So there are a few ways. Number one, I write books for expertise. So when I'm writing books as an expert, it really is to expand my presence in the industry, to get speaking engagements. It is to get booked. That really is what it is. So I'm writing as an expert. This means that people are going to call me as an expert. This can be speaking engagements, media appearances, panels, podcasts, etc., etc. So you can write for expertise. Some books I write for education. So I am educating, I am giving a step-by-step, I'm giving a how-to. Usually when I write a book for education, it is included in a course offering or some type of training or event that I have. And I've discussed through these 19 books, and we're at book number 9 today. I have discussed how you can use certain events to launch your book. Usually when I'm bringing people together, it is educational. My events are educational. Teaching and training is my core talent. So it is an educational way to do things. So when I do those books, I'm not just thinking about how many books I can sell in a month and how many, what the price tag of that book is, right? I'm thinking about how to leverage that book, not only for profit, but longevity. So if I publish a book like Get Right Church that I showed you, it's been 11 years, right? Almost 12. It's been almost 12 years now. So that's longevity. So always think about how long can this book last in the marketplace. Yes, I'm making sure that I publish every year, but if it's relevant, I make sure that it has longevity, okay, or it's legendary in that way. I also, which is I'll talk about today, I publish books for brand expansion. I always talk about expanding your brand. So when I want to expand my brand, that can be more clients, more speaking engagements, more. I am going broader. I want to go beyond where I've already been, not only numerically, but financially, right? So I published Book Publishing Master Plan, 5 fast phases for profitable publishing. And that was after I did ABCs of authorship. So I talked about in the previous video, ABCs of authorship and how that allowed me to go into the mainstream. Okay. So business events, publishing events that weren't faith-based. I had a book for that. So when I did Book Publishing Master Plan, the goal of this book was to get clients. So remember, first book is super thick, right? We talked about how super thick, super thick, super thick that first book was. And then even in ABCs of authorship, it's thicker than this, right? This, it was for lead generation for me. Better than a brochure, better than a business card. Lead generation. So when I first did this subject, I tested it. The issue with being a publisher is people ask you tons of questions. They don't want to pay for them all the time, but they ask you tons of questions. How do you do this? How did I get started? I'm stuck. Or they'll tell you what's going on with their book. So what I did was kind of take the frequently asked questions that I have received over the years, and I put them in a workshop format. So Book Publishing Master Plan was a live 1-day workshop. I think it was 2 or 3 hours. I think it was 2 hours. And people paid me to come to that workshop. And I went over every FAQ that people were asking me. And so what I did was, after that workshop was over, I repurposed that content. So I took every slide that I presented in that workshop and I wrote a page on that material so that they could get a quick, easy to read, less than 30-minute resource that showcased my expertise. What did that do? It got me more clients. Okay? Easy. They don't have to go, oh my gosh, I'm so short on time. They're like, oh, they open the book and they're like, this is the stuff that I want to know. How did I know that? Hey, Jonathan, how did I know that? If people keep asking you for it, it's probably a book or a business. I kept getting asked the same questions. So I just put it in there. This is how we do it, okay? I packaged it in a nice book format. This is also matte cover. Remember, this is glossy. See the shine, 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 shine. This is matte. I like the way that it feels. So for instance, if someone asks me to come speak at their business event, let's say it's a business networking event for women, I'll say, how many people are attending this networking event? 35. Okay, so I will buy 35 to 40 books at cost. It costs me approximately $2 and maybe 50 cents max. Not even that much for this, okay? So as the speaker or the presenter, I will give everyone a copy. This is what I've done. I've given everybody a copy of this, and this is, for example, I wouldn't use a red pen. I also will attach an inexpensive ink pen to it, right? And then I can put behind that inexpensive card some other marketing material. Y'all, this is worth money, okay? Some other marketing material. So I have a publishing workshop coming up at the end of March. So I can give this whole thing and they can take it apart. Oh, or it can be your business card or whatever. It doesn't cost that much, okay? And guess what? By the time I'm finished with my presentation and I've wowed everybody with a fantastic book, I'm going to make 4 to 5 figures off of that room for a free speaking engagement, okay? The investment for me to order that amount of books is less than $100. Look at that ROI. So for me, when I publish lead generation books, they work better than a business card because my expertise is definitely on display. And then in the back of this particular book, I also marketed my 2 other books on publishing. I learned that from John C. Maxwell. So additional books, if they want to read them, I put them in the back and where they can get those books. Okay, but it showcases me, my brand, it shows what I can do, and it helps me to land paying clients and a great reputation because, like, who does that? Here's the issue that I have seen. People will come to events and hand me their books and they are bootleg. They are not, first of all, I'm not your, I don't, okay, not like that. Not that I'm not happy for you, but why? Like, so, and then if you're going to hand somebody a book, make sure that it's a good one. So even if you do short books, I made sure that the formatting was professional, that it's easy to navigate, it's easy to read, it's laid out very well. You should see the stuff people hand me. And I'm like, so why are your edges like raggedy and it's unjustified? And did you not do spell check? It's crazy out there in these publishing streets, okay? So you can do that. You can repurpose content that works for FAQs that are hot topics for your particular demographic or your audience, or it can be a welcome book. Like, do you have to do printed somewhere else? Can you put it in a book format? I do this stuff all the time and it's actually less expensive. Okay, so this is more powerful than a brochure. It is more powerful than a business card. It gets me into doors and it makes me memorable. I love unforgettable impact. This is unforgettable impact. It also lets them know how they can book or work with me. Your next steps, I tell them how to work with me. My picture is there, my bio is there, the website is there, and they can come directly to me for business. So that works very good. So I generate more profit giving this away than I do selling it. The price point on this is like $5.99. I do not. Are you serious? I don't sell it for that. But the information in it is good. So I published it for clients. I didn't necessarily publish it for sales, even though people do buy that book. Okay, it's still excellent and it answers questions. So when we answer all of these questions, usually people come to me with a card in hand or they're ready for an invoice. That's the difference. I don't have to have all of these lengthy sales conversations because they already know, yes, I'm ready to work with you. I love what you're talking about. Let's get to it. Okay, so this is a way that you can use, folks. Sorry, y'all. I got a new phone and I ain't figured it out yet. So this is a way that you can use books to expand your client base and your clientele and set yourself up as an expert in your industry. So after all of that, after I've gone mainstream with ABCs of authorship and book publishing master plan, the business field kept calling me. Come speak at this business event. Come do this, come do that. So I wrote the next book, which I'll talk about Monday. I'll be out of town for a few days. Okay. I'll talk about Monday. This, since next week is my birthday, is Birth of a Saleswoman, Conquer Financial Failure, Create Financial Freedom. I released this on my birthday, which was March 21st. What year was this, y'all? It was so I did like a birthday book, 2018. This is my 2018 book release. This is 2017. This is 2018. So I'll talk about that. And the reason why I want to talk about it is, should you share your life story? I share parts of my story strategically. You have heard me say this if you follow me, and if you're new to me, let me say this. People do not care. Unless you've done something remarkable, nobody wants to hear that you were born on Friday in San Antonio at what hospital if you have not done anything significant. People care about it after you succeed. So what I do is I strategically tell portions of my story in ways that help other people. So I parallel my financial part of my story, or what I didn't know about finance, and how I worked my way out of a mountain of debt and financial lack. I am not a finance person. I'm not selling those services, okay? But how I personally had to work through that, and how this person who came from the hood eventually became a serial entrepreneur and created a magnificent life. You know, my life is very remarkable, and I haven't even made it yet. Okay, so I share that. So I want to break down with you how to use elements of your personal story, but still stay on brand and still stay effective and still expand your business, because you become relatable, but you're not necessarily having to tell your autobiography. But you can use your story to help your clients and to help people in your industry. Does that work for you? Okay, so I will share, like, as I go and my birthday and all that stuff, I'll share those, but I'm going to take a break until Monday from doing daily videos like this, but we'll get through all 19 books. So this was book number 9 of 19. Stay tuned. I still haven't talked about journals. I still haven't talked about workbooks and all these other ways that you can publish for profit. This is March into Publishing with Rakesha Pittman, the midwife to over 1,000 authors worldwide. Go east with me as an entrepreneur, author, speaker, trainer. March into Publishing is the theme for the month. I have a live workshop this March, and I want you to save the date. If you live in DFW, or if you want to fly here, we have an amazing event May 31st, and I will be releasing those details to you. So save it on your calendar. It's huge. It's a paid event, but it's going to be worth your visit and worth your time. Are we ready to take 2025 on as publishers? Yes, we are. Thank you so much for your content, your comments, and your content. We need you to publish, okay? Thank you so much for your views, and I will see you very soon. In the meantime, get your life right. Talk to you soon.